Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lakin. How are you? Today I got a package in the mail from my lovely grandma and she sent me socks. So those are the socks that inspired this look right here, and not only did I get those socks in the mail, I also got my ColourPop order in the mail that made this look possible because I ordered their last chance colors and it happened to be these colors that I needed for the socks. So please hang out and watch this video, and of course if you like it, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. So stick around and we will get it started. So to start today's look, we're going to prime the base of our lid with the NYX eyeshadow primer. It is in the shade Skin Tone. So I'm going to just stick my finger in there and dab that on the lid. Okay, so now that our lid is primed, we are going to go in with the shade Issues by ColourPop. It's a nice little peachy color, and I'm just going to dab my fluffy brush in there and sweep it across the top of my lid. Okay, so we're all finished up with the peachy shade that we have blended out. I'm now going to go in with the shade Poodle, which is this beautiful pink color, and I'm going to take a more compacted fluffy brush. It's a little shorter, it's a little bit more dense. I'm just going to tap that in there, brush off the excess, and I am going to add that right here, but I'm going to pack the color on. So I'm not worried about the harsh line right now. I'm just packing this color on right above my crease. And I want it really bright, so I'm going to pack on quite a lot, which is fine because we're going to go back through in a little bit with the shade Issues again and buff it all out so we don't have harsh, ugly lines. All right, so I have that all packed onto my lid. It is very bright. You can see a very harsh line on there, but that's okay because we're going to go back in with our fluffy brush and dip it right back into the shade Issues and just smooth out that line that we created. Perfect. So that is blended to exactly where I want it. I have it pulled out a little bit. You can see there's not that very harsh line between the peach and the bright pink. And next we're gonna go in with another ColourPop color. It is this very nice dark brown color called Roundhouse. I'm gonna go in with this color with a little short flat brush. And I'm just going to pack this color right on the lid. That is perfect. So what I'm doing now is I'm dragging this nice roundhouse color just a little bit above my crease because I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush and blend it all out because again we don't want any harsh lines. Okay, so we're looking a little messy, but it's okay because I've only got one eye done, no eyebrows, and no base. But this is exactly what I want. I have the three shades, they transition beautifully into each other. I'm all blended so there's not a lot of harsh lines. I am noticing a little bit of patchiness that I'm going to go in and clean up a little bit, but I'm going to do my other eye off camera and then come on and do my brows. All right, here it is. I am halfway done with this look. The top of the lids are done. I am saving the bottom lid to do after I put on some foundation. I found it's a lot harder to do the bottom and then go back in with your face makeup just because I ended up wiping away so much of what I had put on. So we're going to clean up the under eye with just a makeup wipe. Okay, so our face is all cleaned up. We have all of the leftover eyeshadow wiped off, so we have a clean slate to start our face with. So I'm going to start out with the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer. It's not very sticky, but I have found with the Fit Me foundation, I actually don't need much of a primer to help it stick. It does a great job on its own. So I'm going to go in with the pencil side, and I'm going to draw a nice line underneath to give me something to start with. So you can see adding that line added a lot more definition, and it gives me something to work with. So I'm going to go in and do the other side. Now that I have my line underneath, I'm going to go in with a little spoolie brush and brush down all my brow hairs. This gives me a clean look at where I want my line to sit. I've been a lot more into the fluffy, more natural brows lately, especially after I got my eyebrows dyed. They have come to life and they are something new. So I'm just going to do a little bit of an outline. So it's very light, and you can see I only took it to right here. That's because I'm going to brush all these hairs up so they're my natural brow. Okay everyone, I have filled in the outside of my brows, which is the tail end, and now I have just these gappy parts in the front that I need to work on filling in. And I'm going to go in with my brow pencil. I've been using the same pencil the whole time, and I'm going to do little strokes like that, and it's going to make them look more realistic and more hair-like instead of very structured and colored in. Okay, so both my brows are colored in, but I have very uneven brows. They don't sit even with each other. You can see just by looking at them. This one goes straight across. This guy kind of likes to go down. So when I first color them in, they're very lopsided, very uneven. So I'm going to go in with my flat brush with a little concealer, and I just have it on the back of my hand. And I'm just going to pick a little bit of that up and carve out my brows. All right, guys, my brows are done. I've carved them out. You can see they're a little bit more defined. What I did to lighten up the front parts of my eyebrows is I took this little spoolie brush and I just drug it straight up on both sides. By doing that, it let me take some of the product that I had initially put on off to make it look a little lighter and have more dimension to the brow. But my eyebrows are really long right now, so I'm going to go in with a brow gel and I'm going to brush it through. But as I'm brushing it through, I'm also going to twist. So I'm going to twist and go up. Okay guys, so brows are done and we're going to go straight into the foundation. The foundation I'm using today is the one I use every day. I'm obsessed with it. I will probably never wear a new foundation again. It is the Maybelline Fit Me, of course. It's in the shade 120, which is too dark for me. But it's okay because I'm going to go in with one of my really, really light colored foundations and mix it together, and it mixes beautifully. Okay guys, so I'm all finished with the foundation and I'm going to go in with the Fit Me Loose Powder by Maybelline. I'm just going to take my beauty blender and pack that right under the eye. I always make sure to get the setting powder in the outer corners of my nose and right underneath. I get really greasy right there, and that's a big reason I use this foundation is because it's a matte and poreless, so it dries up my face. If I don't, then I get oily and greasy and everything starts to kind of slip and slide. So the combination of the matte foundation and the loose powder, and especially pressing it into the skin with a beauty blender, it helps keep my skin really matte looking. Now, if you have dry skin, this is not the foundation for you. So while my under eye is setting, I'm going to go in with a angle brush and some bronzer by Hoola. Just going to take that in there, and I kind of like to just press it into my skin just to kind of see where it's sitting. I like to just make sure that they're sitting where I want, and now I'm going to go in and blend this to perfection. You can really use any brush that you want for this, but I like to use an angle brush because when you push it against your skin, it angles just where you want it, and it gives a really nice line at the bottom, but still buffs and blends at the top. And I always go in circular motions, and I go towards the hairline because I don't want to buff it out and have a lot of like kind of blown out color right here. I want to blow it out and then concentrate it back here because that's easily hideable. And you know what? We all make mistakes sometimes when doing makeup, and your hair can hide it. So I'm also going to take that color and have it just on the top of my forehead a little bit. You can see all my crazy little baby hairs growing out. I usually shave them off. I also like to add a little bit of shadow just right here. It makes me look a little bit more structured, like I have more of a defined chin. You have to be careful when you do this though, because I have left the house looking real dirty because I didn't blend out this all the way. So I went out and everything was like snatched and beautiful, and then you have like this dirty chin. So if you're gonna do this, because I love to do it, just really make sure you work it into the skin. And I'll go back in with some setting powder and try and kind of tone it down a little bit, but not lose that little bit of definition you can see that I added there. So next I'm going to take this skinny brush and I'm going to contour my nose with it. I like to go in and just add really dark lines, and we will buff those out on both sides. I drag it up just a little bit to create a little bit of shadow right there, but I don't drag it all the way down. And then just pull that shadow that you just added, or I'm sorry, the bronzer, and pull it down. By doing this, you're gonna smoke out that little line that you created. So see how harsh that one is? And that one's a little softer. We want it to be softer on both sides. I'm gonna go back in with that same brush and pick up some more color and just draw like a little V down there. And I like to drag mine up a little higher because I have quite a rounded nose. And by adding this, it's gonna create a shadow and make it look a little smaller. And then just a little line right on the top. And I like to curve it a little bit because it gives me more of that button nose appearance. Looks crazy, but we'll fix it. So we've carved out our nose with the contour that we want, but as you can see, it looks very dirty. It doesn't look clean. It doesn't look put together. So we're gonna take just a small angle brush, and I packed on some loose setting powder, and I'm going to follow that line just right down the side. And that's gonna lighten up all that darkness I pulled down from it because we want it to look as natural as possible. I also like to add a little bit of the setting powder on the actual contour itself, and that's because I'm very fair skinned, and so sometimes I feel like doing a harsh nose contour like this is very noticeable and ends up just looking like I have kind of like a shadowy, dirty nose. So I go over the top with that. I don't put too much on because I don't want to lose all that contour that I just did, but I definitely want to hide a little bit of it because I don't want it to be very obvious. So now that that's on there, I'm going to let that sit on my nose for a little bit, and I'm going to take my Beauty Blender again, and I'm going to go back into the setting powder, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it just down my cheek because it was a little dirty. The line was a little messy down there, and I want it to be just a little bit more concentrated and a little bit more again, like I said, I'm going to just highlight that little area since I did did do that little bit of bronzer on the outside. Just go in, and I'm gonna cover just a little bit. And that's just to tone it down. Just like I toned down the nose, I'm gonna tone down right here. If you don't drink Brew Dr. Kombucha, are you even living? Probably not. Okay, so now that it's been sitting for a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and just wipe off the excess. So our foundation is all finished. I am set. I am beat. I look loving this foundation today. It is looking great. I mean, the contour is still there. Like I said, setting that setting powder on there wasn't going to get rid of it. It was just going to calm it down a little bit. But I am missing a few more things on my face. And so I'm going to go in with the Tarte blush. It is the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour blush in the shade Corky. I'm just going to use this big fluffy brush and dab it in there, kick off any excess, and just kind of like, I really like going across the nose. It just started getting cold outside, and so I really love that kind of like, I've been out in the weather all day, and it's a little chilly. And I'm just dabbing and blending, because if you just kind of like set and swipe, you'll get this really harsh pinkness, and I think that's what scares people with blush, is it gets so concentrated sometimes, and it can just be so overwhelming. And so I'm just kind of working into the skin. I want it to almost seem like I have a naturally rosy color and it's peeking through my foundation. So now that I have almost everything on, I'm gonna go in with my favorite highlighter. It's by Nomad Cosmetics and it's in the shade Stockholm. So now the face is all finished. You can see clearly my eyes are not done. They're looking a little unloved and a little kind of just neglected, right? We still need to do underneath, and I still need to add some lashes and add some highlighter. I've been thinking about adding glitter this whole time, but I haven't done just a nice matte shadow eye look in weeks because I've been obsessed with glitter. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go in with this bright pink shade, and it is called Poodle, and I'm gonna just sweep it right underneath the eye. So now we have that pink swept under the eye. I'm gonna go back in with my flat brush and just pack on the dark shade right on as close as I can to the lash line. I don't have any smaller brushes right now to get that in there, and I actually just got a notification on my phone that they're at my front door. I was gonna wait for them to do my tutorial today, but it said it wasn't gonna get here till 9 p.m. and I really wanted to get this done because I have a million things I have to do today, and it showed up mid-tutorial. Okay, so the bottom is done. You can see I have the little bit of the pink popping through to just like illuminate this really dark eye. And now I'm gonna go in with a little kind of an ivory color to brighten up the inside of my eye. So you can see that huge difference with that little bit of ivory in my waterline. It really made my eyes pop open a lot more. I have hooded eyes, so my eyes already look very kind of closed and small. And when I do a very dark shadow and dark look like this, it makes them look extra small. So I always put in a lighter color in the waterline. So I want to highlight my inner corner, and I also want to highlight my brow bone. And I got this really, really gorgeous shimmery shade from ColourPop. It is called Vivacious. And I'm going to take my finger and just dab that in on the inner corners of my eye. So I have this little flat angle brush. I'm going to go in and highlight my brow bone. It makes it a little bit easier instead of using my finger. Oh, I mean, I wish I had better quality camera and lighting, because this is literally giving me life. Like, this is amazing. I'm gonna just kind of drag that out a little bit. It's a little too concentrated for me. So now that we are all highlighted and we have a beautiful face going on, I'm gonna go in with some mascara. This is just from Neutrogena. It is Healthy Volume. I got it from the grocery store in the makeup section. If you live in Oregon, it's from Fred Meyer, which y'all know is the shit. So before I put my lashes on, I'm going to spray my face with some setting spray. It is by Model's Own One Night Stand. It is actually a 2-in-1 primer and setting spray. It doesn't do very well as a primer, but it does the job as a setting spray. So I'm going to go ahead and put my false lashes off on camera. I suck at putting them on and they take forever, but I'm using the House of Lashes Sephora collection, and I believe they are in Sophie or Sophia. I threw the box away because I keep all my lashes in this guy. It's a really cute little oh. My lashes are always too long, so I just have to cut them off. But basically this is nice because it keeps them curved and you can keep 3 sets in at one. So I'm going to put these on and I will be right back. Okay everyone, the lashes are on, and if we're being totally honest, I hate these lashes, but I paid $10 for them, so they're gonna get used. So now that that is finished, I'm gonna go in with the same mascara and add a little bit to my bottom lids. We're all finished with everything. All that's left is the lipstick, and I am torn between Dusty Rose and Dolce by Anastasia Beverly Hills. This one's a little deeper and this one's brighter. And as much as I really want to wear this light color, I think the deeper one might work. So we're gonna go with Dusty Rose, which I haven't worn yet. So I'm excited to try this out. I'm not feeling this. It's not as pink as I wanted it. It's a little too dark, and I don't want more dark lipstick because I have such a dark eye. So I think I'm going to take this off and I'm going to put on the Dolce color instead. Alright, so this is the final look. I decided to take the Dusty Rose off and switch over to the color Dolce. It was more pinky and more bright, so it went with this look much better.